Elisa, LaShell, Sanders, Harney.
I think Elisa does a very good
Which is really what tonight is going to be about. I need you to say, my body is made to heal. You need to say that because you need to get yourself into a place where you say, wait a minute, for so long, and we're going to talk about this later, I've gotten used to pain. I've made friends with pain. Pain has just become an old buddy of mine. We're war buddies. We're in this together. No, tonight there's help, hope, and healing. And I want you to type in the comments, my body is made to heal. And when I talk about your body, I'm talking about mind, body, and spirit. Every component, my body is made to heal. And so this is what we're going to talk about tonight. Let me tell you something. Can I tell you that one of the things that hinder healing in our body, the manifestation of healing is in our body? Did you know that it's our minds? My body, that's why I'm asking you guys to type it in the comments. My body, you have to say this as an affirmation. My body is made to heal. We are not going to walk into and we're not going to normalize the dysfunction of pain in our lives. We have to announce to ourselves and put in the atmosphere, listen, my body is made to heal. And the reason that is important because what stops the physical manifestation of healing in our body is our minds. Let me prove it. In the Bible, in Proverbs chapter 23, verse 7, there's a scripture that really says that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And so that's why I wanted you to type in the comments, my body is made to heal. We are not going to normalize the dysfunction of pain. We're going to confess out of our mouth that my body is made to heal. And so Proverbs talks about that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You ever wonder why the scripture said as a man thinketh in his heart? Why didn't the scripture say as a man thinketh in his mind? Well, I'm going to help you tonight. It's because we carry pain in our heart. We carry hurt in our heart. We carry rejection in our heart. We carry those things in our emotions. And so sometimes our bodies are not able to manifest the physical manifestation of healing because our hearts are the ones that's full of pain. Our hearts are the things that's holding the dysfunction and causing us to not be able to walk in healing. Let me give you an example. When you're ready to be healed, even if it's an emotional healing, do you know that it always starts in our heart? When you want to walk towards forgiveness and you want to be healed in the area where you're bitter, you know where you got to get healed at first? In your heart. The word says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And so healing has to take place in our hearts. What that also means is that if we really wanted to locate the pain, it's in our emotions. And so that's why I asked you to type in, my body is made to heal. And so when our emotions are in trouble, can I tell you something? 9 times out of 10, you better know that means our lives are in trouble. When our emotions are in disarray, you better know that 9 times out of 10, our lives are in disarray, because as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. But listen, I want to give you guys a wake-up call. Although pain is an inevitable side effect of life, it's going to happen. You will experience pain in your life. It's inevitable. But can I tell you this? Pain is not normal. I need you to type that in because you need to see this. Hello, everybody that's just joining. Type this in. Pain is not normal. And I need you to understand why. Even though, like I just said, that we are going to experience pain in our bodies. It's inevitable. Pain is a side effect of things that we go through. But living, waking, breathing, walking every day of our lives in pain, whether it is physical, thank you sis, whether it is emotional, whether it is spiritual, hear me, pain is not normal. One of the reasons that we normalize the dysfunction of pain is because we don't have any words that's counteracting it. What the word always says is that when you know the truth makes you free. It snatches you. And I always add to that before the truth can make you free, you got to figure out what lie is holding you bound. You got to figure out what lie is keeping you in bondage. And so you need to type in, pain is not normal. You were not made to be in pain. You were not made to live in pain. Listen, I'm telling you, there's a flow tonight of help, hope, and healing. I hope you guys are inviting your friends. I hope you guys are tagging people that you know. I hope that you guys have shared it to your page, because I want you to understand. That's right, Kim. The mind is sick and it will cause your body to be sick. And that's why we got to have some healing tonight. But I need you to type in, pain is not normal. We're going to get free tonight. I'm going to talk to you about the purpose of pain, because you can't fix what you won't face. And so when you realize that there is a purpose to pain, you will understand that, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to walk around in pain. Hear me. Let me help you understand. And I'm going to say this again for the people in the back seat. Hear me. We normalize the dysfunction of pain, and we tell ourselves that we should become friends with pain, buddies with pain, because it's going to stay in our life. So let me get used to it. Let me prepare for it. Let me be open for it. But let me tell you, pain is not normal. It is a dysfunction that we carry, and we try to normalize it to the point where we don't know how to speak life to ourselves. That's why I told you guys that to say at the beginning, my body is made to heal. Our bodies are fearfully and wonderfully made. They were not made to heal. How do I know that you're not supposed to walk in pain? Well, let me just go biblical. The Bible even says that we are to have life, and that more abundantly, that he wants our soul to prosper even as we prosper. Listen, being prosperous and in good health. What does "and good health" mean? That means a body that is free of pain. That means emotions that are not filled with pain. Dr. Knighton, thank you so much. And so tonight, that's why I had you guys to type in, because these are affirmations. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. A lot of the reason why we are normalizing the dysfunction of pain is because somewhere we've thought in our heart, this is the life I'm supposed to have. I'm supposed to be miserable. I'm supposed to be unhappy. I'm supposed to live in unforgiveness. I'm supposed to be bitter. I'm supposed to be weak-minded. But it is not true. Listen, that is a lie. And tonight, there's help, there's hope, there's healing. We're going to get free. And the truth is what's going to make us free. So tonight, and I hope you guys that are still coming on are sharing this, because I believe in my heart that there are people that are walking around as silent sufferers. I believe that there are people that are walking around normalizing the dysfunction of pain. They're not looking for help from their pain because they think, you know what, it's just a natural part of life. But I told you that pain is inevitable, and it is an inevitable side effect of life. Pain is not the main show. Can you type that in? We're going to do some interacting tonight. Pain is not the main show. A lot of us have decided that the grand finale of our life is pain, that the biggest thing that has happened to us is what takes center stage. But you better say this until you believe it. Pain is not the main show. Your life does not begin and end at the point of pain. Yes, you've went through things. Yes, you might be going through things. Yes, things have hurt you. Yes, things have thrown you off balance. Yes, it might be physical. Yes, it might be emotional. Yes, it might be mental. But can I tell you something? And it's going to get free in this house tonight. Pain is not the main show. There is more to life than your pain. You even have to tell yourself that. Pain is not the main show. There is more to life than my pain. But a lot of times, and you're going to keep hearing me say this until you guys get it in your spirit, we have to stop normalizing the dysfunction of pain. My body is meant to heal. My body was made to heal. You have to tell yourself pain is not the main show. And so a lot of us, we should be working our way towards healing. We should be working our way towards restoration. We should be working our way towards freedom. But instead, we decide to let our life stop at the point of pain. Well, he left me and now my heart is broken. Well, she died and I can't go any further. Well, I was rejected and that's it for me. Well, I failed at that attempt and so I can't make it. Well, I didn't do right by them and so it's my life now. It's supposed to be filled with pain. It's over for me. I can't get a second chance. There's no comeback for me. I can't rebound. But hear me tonight. The devil is a lie. Pain is not the main show. I hope I'm already helping you guys. I know I'm dropping mics quicker than you can type them, but there is more to your life than pain. Your body was meant to heal. Pain is not the main show. Do me a favor and take a second if you haven't already and make sure that you're sharing this Mic Drop Monday with somebody, because I believe earnestly that there is help, hope, and healing to be found on tonight. So what we're going to do, thank you, Cassie. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to deal with the purpose of pain. Because if we understand how pain is supposed to work, if we understand what pain was put in our bodies first, then we won't hold on to it longer than we should. A lot of us think pain is holding us hostage, but the truth is we're holding pain hostage. Now, I know I always say this, it might be tight, but it's right. A lot of times we think, oh, pain is just holding me hostage and won't let me get free. But can I tell you the truth? It might just be that you're holding pain hostage and you won't let pain get free. So tonight, I'm going to talk about the purpose of pain so that you can understand why it's in our lives and what it's supposed to do. Now, we're talking about pain. Simply put, pain is your body's way of telling you that it has been hurt. I can't make it any simpler than that. I want you guys to understand this tonight. Pain is your body's way of telling you that it's been hurt. I'm going to say it one more time. Pain is simply your body's way of telling you that it's been hurt. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give you 3 main things that pain does for us. And those of you guys that are excellent in typing and helping me keep track of these notes, make sure that you type these in. 3 things that pain does for us. We have to understand pain. We have to be able to understand pain so that we can understand that holding on to pain past its time, those of us that are holding pain hostage and trying to pretend like pain is keeping us from getting free. No, listen, I just told you that your body is made to heal, that pain is not the main show. Your life does not start and stop with pain. So I'm going to talk about 3 main things that pain does for us. And I just defined pain in simplistic terms, that pain is your body's way of telling you that it's been hurt. There's so many of you guys that just joined us. Make sure that you're hitting the share button. Let somebody else know that there's help, there's hope, there's healing tonight on Mic Drop Monday. So 3 things that pain does for us. Hey, Doreen, thank you guys that are joining. Number 1, pain protects. Can I get somebody to type this in? I'm talking about 3 things that pain does for us. Number 1, pain protects. We need to understand pain so that we can put pain in its place. Number 1, pain protects. Somebody type that in because we need to understand how pain works. It protects. Pain serves as what's called an avoidance trigger. It tells us things that we should avoid. Pain says, stay away from that. Pain says, oh, wait a minute. Don't do that. Stay away from that man. Stay away from that woman. Hey, stay away from that situation. Hey, stay away from that area. Pain protects. We're getting free tonight. I'm talking about ouch. I'm tired of hurting. And I said at the beginning that we have somewhere decided to normalize the dysfunction of pain, but we are not made to be in pain. I don't care if it's emotional, physical, spiritual, psychologically. Our bodies are not made to hold pain. The word says that we are to live life and that more abundantly. It says that we're supposed to prosper and be in good health, even as our soul prosper. So I told you at the beginning to type in the comments elements. My body is made to heal. And I also told you as a mic drop, listen, pain is not the main show. Your life does not start and end at the point of pain. I don't care if it was pain in a relationship. I don't care if it was pain in rejection. I don't care if it was pain in your physical body. And I said as a mic drop, some of us think that pain is holding us hostage from being great, when the truth is we're holding pain hostage. You can't fix what you won't face. And so 3 things, thank you guys that are joining. Please make sure that you're sharing. 3 things that pain does. Number 1, pain protects. It serves as what's called an avoidance trigger. Anytime, and you know the old story about a baby touching something that's hot. Well, what pain does is as you start getting closer to that heat, already your nerves start acting up. They start sending signals to your body that says, hey, don't touch that. Stay away. But for babies, because they don't know any better and they've never experienced a heat sensation, they'll keep reaching. But what about some of us that are grown? What about some of us that are supposed to be mature? We're reaching. We feel our hands tingling. We feel our spirits getting off. We feel our emotions saying, that's not the right thing. But we still are reaching for it anyway. Listen, pain protects. I'm telling you, pain says, hey, stay away from that. Leave that alone. That's going to bring you pain. And we just say, no, it won't. What I'll just do is I'll turn down the heat. Listen, if you will put pain in its rightful place and stop normalizing it and trying to live with it every day and let it just chime in when it needs to, pain protects. It will serve as an avoidance trigger. I hope I'm helping tonight. Number 2, I'm talking about 3 things that pain will do. Number 2, pain unifies. Oh yeah, somebody type that in. Number 2, pain unifies. See, when you have been through something that hurt you, what happens is your heart becomes even more sensitive to other people that are going through the same thing. Have you ever experienced that? That's why there are so many support groups that are in the world. That's why you always have a group. If you've been an alcoholic and you recovered, listen, there's a support group of people that says, I've dealt with the pain of being an alcoholic. If you've ever been on drugs, there is a support group that says, we've dealt with the effects of drugs and what they can do to you and your family. So pain unifies. If you've ever been divorced, there's a support group that says, listen, we know what it's like now to have been married and you're not anymore. So let us come together because of our experiences. Pain unifies. Thank you, Elisa. Pain unifies. And so what is supposed to happen is when we use pain in its correct capacity, it will bring us together with people that have had similar experiences. Number 3, last but not least, I'm talking about 3 things that pain does. Pain corrects. Oh yeah, pain corrects. See, pain will make you make some adjustments. Can you press the love or the like button on the screen? Pain will make you make some adjustments in your life. If you know that's true, show some sign, let me know. See, if you don't believe me, here's a superficial example. Try to glance around in some shoes that are too little for you. You've outgrown them. Oh yeah, try to do it. Try to put on an outfit that you have outgrown. It's not your size, and that thing start pinching you, and try to go out throughout your whole day. Yeah, just try it. You need another example? Listen, pain will correct you. Pain will say, wait a minute. That's not the right size for me. Those shoes are too high. That is not for me. Pain corrects. I'm trying to tell you, you don't believe me? You ever got a spanking? I'm trying to be politically correct, but I want to say, you ever got a whipping? If you have ever been, our parents used to call it the rod of correction. You better hear me. Pain Listen, hear me. Pain will correct you. You think you're on the wrong path. You want to get back in line. Let pain come to you. Pain will make you make some adjustments. Pain corrects. And so what happens is we use pain out of context. We normalize it as a dysfunction, and we allow it into our lives. And we think that it is supposed to be our everyday companion, but that is not the word of God, and that is not the will of God for our lives. And I have to keep saying this until you feel it in your spirit. He comes that you have life and it more abundantly. He wants you to prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prosper. So we have to put pain in its rightful place. 3 things, once again, as a recap, that pain does. Number 1, pain protects. It keeps you from touching something that's too hot, from eating something that is out of date, from dealing with people that mean you no good. It'll hurt you so that you'll know, oh, wait a minute, I need to stay away from that. Pain protects. Number 2, pain unifies. It will give you empathy for somebody that has been through something that you've been through. If you've ever lost a parent or a loved one or a child, you can empathize with people that have been through that similar thing because you know what they're going through. You've been where they've been. And in its right capacity, pain unifies. Last but not least, pain corrects. Pain will get you in line. You out there running out of order and acting crazy and trying to fit people in your life that no longer fit. You understand pain corrects. Now, here's something very fascinating tonight about pain. And those of you all that are used to my broadcast know that I teach by nature. This is just what I like to do. I like to teach. And one of the things I like to do is draw from a whole lot of different lessons to help teach us, to help bring some clarity about what goes on in our life. And so one of the things that I want to teach us is, again, we think it is normal for us to hurt. We think that it is normal for us to always wake up with an aching spirit and a hurt heart, and our minds are just dealing with so much turmoil. We think that we're supposed to normalize the dysfunction of pain, but hear me, that is not the will for your life. Your body was made to heal. Your spirit was made to be whole. Your emotions were made to be pure. You were not made to live a life of pain. And so we have to understand that there is a purpose for pain. Pain is supposed to protect you. It's supposed to unify you, and it's supposed to correct you. But used out of order, pain will bring destruction in your life. Now, I'm going to give you some different tactics about pain. I'm going to expose you to something that I found in my research that was very fascinating about pain. What will happen is we've been programmed to believe that, oh, pain is just pain. It's supposed to be here. We're supposed to deal with it. But did you know that there are factors that affect the way that we experience pain? Welcome. Hey, LaTora. Thank you for you guys that are just joining. Make sure that you guys are hitting the share button. If you know somebody that's been going through something, your friends, your family members, your coworkers, you've been talking to them and they've been sharing with you about how they've been going through things. They've been dealing with the loss of a loved one. They've been dealing with the loss of a job. They've been dealing with the loss of a relationship. They're hurting. They're just in pain. Do me a favor, share this on your page or just tag them or maybe just send it to their inbox, because tonight we're talking about ouch. I'm tired of hurting, and we are going to stop normalizing the dysfunction of pain so that our souls can prosper and we can be in good health. So there are factors that influence the way that we experience pain. And so I'm going to give you a couple of those so that we can put pain in its rightful place. Number 1, severe pain gets our attention quicker than mild pain. I'm going somewhere with this. I want to show you what happens to us in the physical so that you can understand what happens to us emotionally. Severe pain gets our attention quicker than mild pain. For example, a blinding headache. You know, if you've ever gotten a migraine and that headache is blinding, you can't see correctly. It's almost like your ears are ringing. You're afraid to move your body. If you've ever dealt with a migraine, everything in your body seems like it's dysfunctioning. It seems like life is about to be over. Bless you. I'm so grateful. It seems like your everything stops because that headache, that migraine is so blinding. It's so severe. It gets your attention. Nobody's going to have to tell you, hey, Teresa, nobody's going to have to tell you to take Tylenol. Nobody's going to have to tell you to stop whatever you're doing and get your behind in the bed. Nobody's going to have to tell you to schedule an appointment with your doctor, because severe pain gets our attention quicker than those mild pains. For instance, If we have a dull headache, we're kind of like, or a dull backache. We feel the discomfort that our back hurts. We feel it, but it's like a low ache. What we decide to do is say, well, it's just a backache. You know, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. I'll ignore it because it's okay. I can live through that. So do you see what's happening? We start normalizing that dysfunction. I just told you at the beginning, thank you, Deacon Gully. I just told you at the beginning that what happens is pain is simply defined as our body telling us, hey, it's been hurt. And so what we will do, we'll pay attention to a blinding headache, but that low, dull backache, we'll say, that's okay. I can work through that. That's what we do in real life. That's how we do things that come right to our attention, things that just slap us in the face that we've got to deal with. Or we'll go ahead and correct that real quick. Or we'll get to the meat of that issue real quick. But those things that cause ache in our life, those things that are just like a dull throb, we'll say to ourselves, you know what? I'll just deal with that. You know what? I know it's not right that my body feels achy, that I feel tired, and it's causing me emotional pain, that my emotions aren't where they need to be. I'm not able to be happy and laugh, and I'm not able to experience joy. But you know what? I'm going to treat that like a dull backache. I'll just deal with it. I won't even expect to be excited. I won't even expect to be happy. I won't even expect to feel better. That's what we'll do with pain. Those things that are severe, we'll pay attention to them. But what about that low dull in your back? It's still sending you the same message. Hey, something is hurting you. And so what we do is, that's right, B, we'll say to ourselves, I can take that, but we're missing the bigger issue, which is our body is saying to us, hey, something is not right. Hey, something is wrong. Hey, stop what you're doing and check this out. But oh boy, how many times in our life have we dealt with people and we get that low, dull, throbbing backache about them? We get around them and all of a sudden something feels off, but because we can't pinpoint it, we just keep going. We feel the uh-oh feeling about certain people, but because it's not blinding and right in front of us, we'll just pass it off and say, well, maybe I'm just having a bad day. Maybe I'm just in my feelings. We pass it off, but I'm telling you, pain, I don't care whether it's severe or dull, is your body's way of telling you, Houston, we have a problem. Thank you guys that are sharing. Hey, Theron, thank you guys so much that are being here. We're talking about pain. Number 2, did you know the location of our pain affects how we see it? I'm helping tonight. The location of our pain affects how we see it. Here's an important note, and this is what happens is wherever the pain is located, that's how we decide to see it. Oh, if it's a pain in our head, we see that as something big. Oh, that's something big. But then if it's a pain in our elbow, we'll say, I feel it and I see it, but it's okay. I can deal with that. Wherever the pain is located, that's how we see it. See, that's what happens. We hurt our foot. Oh man, everything stopped because now we're being immobile. We're going to pay attention to that. But if we hurt something else that's kind of minor to us, we'll say, well, I don't really see that as a tragedy. I'll just keep going and I'll ignore it. The location, thank you, Bishop Davis. I appreciate that. The location of our pain affects how we see it. But can I help you tonight? Did you know that the doctors say that it is important to note that the location in your body doesn't always indicate the place where the pain is coming from? Listen, I'm going to say that again. The location in your body that you feel the pain doesn't necessarily indicate the place where the pain is coming from. I'll give you a real life example because it just happened. My dad, and I'm just being a little transparent, my dad had to be rushed to the ER on yesterday because he was having difficulty breathing. He was having trouble walking. He was feeling as though his body was just in a lot of pain. There there was something that was going on and it was causing him to have to go. His sister was like, no, this is not right. We're going to take you to the hospital because we don't know if this is a stroke. We don't know what it is. When they got him there, what the doctors discovered was that there was a degenerative disc in his shoulder that was affecting everything else in his body. Do y'all hear what I am saying? The pain was manifesting in his breathing. It was manifesting in his chest. It was manifesting in his feet. It was manifesting in his inability to move the right side of his body. But when they tracked it, when they traced the tree and got to the root of the issue, they discovered that this is a degenerative disc all the way up here that is erupting everything else in your body. What am I saying? A lot of times what we do in life is we try to treat the symptom instead of finding out where the root is. Hear me. A lot of times we just try to get out there and say, well, let me just deal with this issue that's in front of me because I feel like my head is hurting, so it must be that is giving me a headache. But there might be a bigger issue going on in your life, but you scared to fix it. Thank you, Dr. Richie. I appreciate it. So we have to look at our lives and say, wait a minute, just because the pain is manifesting in my hands doesn't mean that it's something wrong with what I'm doing. There might be something else going on in my body that's causing the work of my hands to be affected. Just because I'm having stomach issues doesn't mean that I'm eating the wrong food. It perhaps could be something else going on in my body, but I'm so busy just trying to hurry up and normalize the dysfunction. I'm so busy trying to pacify where I feel the pain that I won't wait and say, hold on. Let me figure out where this is coming from. Let me go seek help and find out if there's not an underlying issue that I don't try to misdiagnose. And so a lot of times what happens in our lives is we start feeling our bodies get out of order. We start feeling our lives start showing dysfunction. We think it's just what our eyes can see, but it perhaps could be something else going on in our life, something else that has happened in our hearts, something else that have affected us when we were children, something else that we went through and we thought we were fine through the divorce. We thought we were fine breaking up. We thought we were fine. We hadn't gotten past those people. But all of a sudden, now there is pain going on in our lives. And because we won't trace the tree, we don't know how to find the root of our issue. Am I helping you guys tonight? So we stay in things and we dismiss things because we don't want to get to the root. But you guys know, y'all already know my claim to fame. You can't fix what you won't face. Tonight we're talking about, ouch, I'm tired of hurting, and we're going to deal with pain. Thirdly, the way, and I'm talking about 3 things that you didn't know about pain. The third thing is how we perceive pain can be influenced by our brain. Y'all hearing me tonight? How we perceive pain can be influenced by our brain. What am I saying? Psychologists and doctors alike say that the way that we see our pain, the way that, hey, Deborah, we allow it to register is it can be influenced by our brain. They say our emotional or our psychological state will cause us to see pain a certain kind of way. Memories of previous pain. Well, last time I had a headache, it was just something simple. So I'm just going to take a Tylenol. But this time you have a headache, it could be eye strain. You could need glasses. And because you're trying to treat it the same way you treated something that happened to you before, I'm dropping the mic here. How many of us have been in relationships and because something has happened in the past, it looks like it's going to cause us the same kind of pain? We're treating people as if they've done this before when somebody else did something has nothing to do with what's going on in our lives now. But because we dealt with pain before, we just assume that this is going to be the same thing. No, it's going to turn out the same way. I recognize that. I know what that's about. And so what we'll do is we will try to diagnose our current pain based on our previous pain. But baby, you don't even know the root might have changed. I hope I'm helping y'all tonight. The other thing that influences pain is our upbringing. Some of us was brought up in homes where maybe our parents told us, and especially if you're a guy, men don't feel pain, men don't cry, boys, we don't do that. And so because you're taught, hey, suck it up. Maybe your mom said, listen, dry that up. I don't want to see your tears dry. Stop being a crybaby. How you were brought up has a lot to do with how you interpret pain. Do you know that there are a lot of grown people walking around with baby issues that they've never got the time, they've never gotten the opportunity to go back and cry about them. There are some things that have hurt you in your life, and the reason why you're experiencing dysfunction as an adult, because you were never given permission to mourn. You were never given permission to grieve. You were never given permission to go back to that thing that hurt you, look it in the face, and deal with that pain. You were too busy trying to numb it. You were too busy trying to hide it. You were too busy trying to pretend like it didn't happen. You were busy trying to push it under the rug. You were too busy trying to distract yourself so that you wouldn't deal with it. But let me tell you, what you don't face in your past will come back and haunt you in your future. And so this is why I'm always saying you can't fix what you won't face. A lot of times our parents, our grandparents, our aunties, our folks, they meant well. But a lot of times we are normalizing the dysfunction of pain because we saw somebody else look strong. Well, my daddy dealt with it and he didn't have a problem. Well, my mama did this and she didn't ever complain. Listen, we have to learn that we are normalizing a behavior that is really a dysfunction. But tonight I keep saying that there is help, there is hope, and there is healing. And so we have to get to a place where we don't normalize the dysfunction of pain, where we do realize that, listen, this pain is real. This pain has a purpose. I just gave you the 3 reasons why we have pain. And so we have to get to the root. Thank you, Granny. We have to get to the place where we're able to identify what pain is so that we won't walk into what pain is not. Y'all better hear me tonight. I hope I'm helping you all. Now, I'm going to shift a little bit. Doctors say that there are 2 classifications of pain. There's nociceptive pain, which is caused by external injuries to our body. That means that if we got cut, or if we got burned, or if we fractured something, that's that nociceptive pain that's external. Thank you, Dr. Ritchie. And so that's that kind of pain. But there is also, thank you, Rosa, thank you, Sandra, thank you, Nikki, I appreciate you guys. But there's also something called the neuropathic pain. And listen to this, that's caused by abnormalities in your system that carries and interprets pain. What that means is if your nerve, that's with your nerves, that's with your spinal cord, that's with your brain. Those are, if any of those things get disruptive and are abnormal, it will cause a different kind of pain from the inside out. Am I making sense? I know I'm giving you this lesson in our bodies, but I want to help you guys with something. So nociceptive pain is external factors that hurt us. It is cuts, it's bruises, it's fractures, it's burns that happen to us on the outside. But then there's neuropathic pain that has to do with our nerves and our spinal cord and our brain. And it happens when there are abnormalities inside our system that carries and interprets pain a different way. What am I saying? I'm about to drop the mic. If anything is wrong on the inside, it's harder to detect what's wrong on the outside. Can I help you all tonight? Hear me. If something is wrong on the inside, it's harder to detect what's wrong on the outside. And so, if something has caused a dysfunction to your nerves, to your spinal cord, to your brain, then your body is saying, I can't really tell you what's going on with you. I'm really not sure how to interpret that. Hear me. If something is wrong on the inside, then it's harder to detect what's wrong on the outside. I'm telling you, that's a mic drop. A lot of times We stay in unhealthy relationships. We have unhealthy soul ties. We're continuing to be in these atmospheres that's dysfunctional, that is hurting us and causing us pain. But a lot of times something's wrong on the inside of us. There is something that's happening that's neuropathic pain that's become abnormal on the inside. And so now we don't know how to interpret what's going on the outside. Now we don't know how to recognize somebody. We don't know how to understand that, wait a minute, this is not what I need to deal with. This is causing me pain. We're not sure how to even deal with this kind of stuff because we are something's wrong here. And so what we see, how we perceive is all the way thrown off. Am I helping you guys tonight? So here's what happens. Because we don't like the discomfort of sharp pains, attention getting pains, avoidance altering pain, because we don't want to handle that stuff, the things in our lives that are a blinding headache, something that's really, really getting in our face and making us do something about it. What we'll do is we'll dull our nerves. We'll pull back our emotions. We'll dull our nerves by pulling back our interactions with people. We'll dull our nerves by not really having conversations with people, because what we're doing is we're saying, if I can dull my nerves, if I can desensitize my brain, if I can pull back my emotions, then instead of it being a sharp pain in my life, I'll minimize it so that it's just a dull ache that I can tolerate. Are y'all hearing me, and am I making sense tonight? So this is what happens. Thank you guys that are being honest, that are saying, I see me. So that's what happens. We begin this cycle of trying again to normalize the dysfunction of pain. But can I let you in on something? And y'all already know it's about to be a mic drop, and I'm going to need somebody to type it. Just because you avoid the experience doesn't mean you escape the effect. I'm dropping the mic tonight. Listen to me. I just said because we want to ignore, we don't want to deal with pains in our lives, that's sharp pains, that's attention getting pains, that's avoidance altering pains. We don't want the migraine in our emotion. We don't want the migraine of what's going on in our lives. So what we will do is we will desensitize ourselves. We'll pull back our emotions. We'll dull our nerves in an attempt to get our tolerance level high so that we can still deal with these people, so that we can still stay in these tainted relationships, that we can still be attached to these people that are poisonous. And so I'm dropping the mic on you guys tonight. Just because you avoid the experience doesn't mean you escape the effect. I'm going to say it one more time for those in the back row. Just because you avoid the experience doesn't mean you escape the effect. See, here's what happens. You tell yourself, I'm just gonna shut my eyes to that. I'm just gonna close my ears to that. I won't ask too many questions because I don't even want to know. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lower my expectations because I don't feel like dealing with that pain. I don't feel like dealing with that. I know he's a cheater, but I'm gonna look the other way. I know she's out doing something she doesn't have any business doing, but I'm gonna look the other way. I know those people don't really have my best interest at heart, but I'm just gonna look the other way, and I'm just going to dull my emotions in an attempt to normalize the dysfunction of pain. But hear me when I say this. Just because you avoid the experience doesn't mean you escaped the effect. So what happens is, and let me tell you something, do you know what the clinical name of what happens to you when you decide to dull your emotions, when you decide to dull your nerve, when you decide to turn down the way that your body responds to pain and things that are unpleasant? It is called depression. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of times we think we're doing something for avoidance. We think by avoiding pain, we think by normalizing it, by dulling it so that we're able to deal with it, we think it's a coping mechanism. But what it's really doing, and it is killing us. One of the biggest silent killers that we have is depression. Depression is one of those things that is really, if you simplify it, it is our body's way of shutting down. I don't want to feel that heartache, so I'm going to start little by little shutting down my emotions. I don't want to experience this, so what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start shutting down the way that I experience joy. Let me not get too excited. Let me not get my hopes up. Let me not be too happy. Let me not feel too free. Let me not have my expectations there. We start turning down our expectations to dull the pain, but really that is an alert to say, listen, you are walking towards depression. Thank you, Mitchell. I'm telling you guys, that's right. So many people commit suicide because of this silent killer, this pain that we're holding, this pain that we won't expose, this pain that we refuse to deal with. How many of us have normalized dysfunction through avoidance? Well, I don't want to deal with it, so I'm just going to avoid it. I know that I'm cheating. What if it's you? But I don't really want to deal with the pain of the fact that I married the wrong person, that I don't want this person, that the only reason we got married was because of a child. The only reason we're living together is because of finances. The only reason we came together is because it's convenient. And so I'm cheating, or they're cheating because I'm just going to avoid it. I'm going to normalize this dysfunction of cheating by just avoiding it. I'm going to normalize the dysfunction of verbal abuse. I know that the things that this man is saying to me is verbal abuse. It's demeaning. It's derogatory. It's destructive. I know that this woman is talking to me in a way that's damaging, in a way that's killing my spirit, in a way that's robbing my manhood. But because I don't want the pain of having to deal with being by myself. Thank you, Tanisha, for checking in from Jamaica. Because I don't want to deal with the pain of possibly being alone, I'll just normalize emotional abuse. I'll just normalize physical abuse. I'll just normalize the fact that this man is lying to my face. I'll normalize the fact that this woman is lying to me because I'll just avoid it. No, they're lying, but I won't follow up. No, they're not telling the truth and being dishonest, but I'm going to pretend like I don't want to be bothered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to normalize this dysfunction through avoidance. You can't fix what you won't face. Some of us are guilty. We know that they're betraying us. We know that they've abandoned us before. But because we don't want to deal with the pain of what's going to happen after them, the pain of what might happen, thank you, Antoinette, if we let that go, the pain of how are we going to deal with life without them, what we will do, we will normalize those dysfunctions through avoidance. And so, what happens? We overcompensate in other areas because we don't want to wake up our senses. We don't want our emotions to get woke up. We don't want our bodies to wake up and say, hey, that hurt. Hey, whoa, wait a minute. That doesn't feel good. And so what we will do is we will overcompensate in other areas because we're trying to avoid the pain, because we're trying to run away from the pain. How do we do this? Thank you, Derek. How do we do this? Well, we create addictions. I hope I'm helping tonight. We create addictions. This is the way that we normalize these dysfunctions because we don't want to deal with what's really going on in our lives. So we create addictions. Oh yeah, we create addictions. We overeat. We just become addicted to food. We eat when we're happy. We eat when we're sad. We eat when we're excited. We eat when we're nervous. We overeat. It becomes an addiction. We overwork. We want to avoid coming home because there's dysfunction at the house. We want to avoid coming home because we know we married the wrong man. We know we're living with the wrong woman. We want to avoid these dysfunctions. And so to normalize it, we overcompensate in other areas of our life. We overeat. We overwork. Thank you, Rosa. We stay at work all night, not because we're that busy, but because we just don't want to deal with what's going on in our house. We don't want to deal with those kids. We don't want to deal with that man. We don't want to deal with the things that we haven't done. We don't want to deal with it. So we overcompensate. Oh, we just work all late at night because we really don't want to figure out that, hey, wait a minute. This person is causing me pain and I know I don't need to be connected to him. But what I'll do is I'll overcompensate in a way to avoid the matter at hand, in a way to avoid what's really going on in my life. We overcompensate. How else? We create addictions. We create addictions through porn. We just say, I don't know how to deal with intimacy. I don't know how to be open and vulnerable because perhaps there was molestation in my past. Perhaps there was some abuse, some sexual abuse in my past. And so I don't know how to normalize the fact. I don't know how to deal with the fact that I don't know how to have a healthy, intimate relationship with anybody. So what I will do is, as a way to avoid it, let me normalize the dysfunction of porn. Let me stay addicted to sexual fantasies and things that exploit sex that have nothing to do with me because I don't know how to deal with internally. Something on the inside of me is hurting. I hope I'm helping you guys tonight. We create addictions to alcohol as a way to overcompensate in other areas. We're saying to ourselves, listen, I don't want to deal with life. And so guess what? We drink. We drink when we're happy. We drink when we're sad. We drink when we expecting something. We drink every time you look up. We turn to alcohol and we're normalizing the dysfunction of alcoholism because we're trying to avoid pain. What else do we do? How do we overcompensate? Somebody said it already. Spending. We spend money frivolously. We do not have the means to get some of this stuff, but we go into debt. We rack up credit card debt. We go and we spend money that we do not have. We go and we just buy. Not because we want, not because we need, but because there is a dysfunction in our life that we refuse to deal with head on. We refuse to face it. And so what we do is, I'm really dealing with loneliness. I'm really dealing with rejection. I'm really dealing with abandonment. But to make myself feel better, I'll just swipe this credit card. I'll just get into debt. I'll just go on a shoe frenzy. I'll just go online and get addicted to online shopping because I've got to find a way to normalize the pain in my life. And these are the things that we'll do. We will overcompensate for what's really going on in our lives. But can I tell you, the only person that's really being hurt is us. When you attempt to numb yourself to the pain, you are putting yourself in immense danger. Hear me. That's right, Sandra. We try to pacify it. When you attempt to know your pain, to pacify it, I need for you to understand that you are putting yourself in immense danger. You're open to danger because now you can't recognize what's hurting you, because now you risk emotional detachment, because now you have an inability to connect with other people on an emotional level. Why? Because you're addicted to porn. Because you're addicted to the internet. You have all of these social internet connections that are computerized, and you don't have any connections face to face. You're not letting anybody in your space because you don't want to be hurt. So you just ostracize yourself. You just get away from what's around you. And so you have this abandonment issue, but now you won't connect with anybody. I'm telling you, because you're trying to numb the pain. If you continue to pacify pain, you'll stay in the same detrimental cycle of dysfunction, and you'll keep putting yourself in the same situation over and over and over again. Have you ever looked up and said, I was going through this same mess with this same joker last year. I was dealing with this same foolishness with this woman last year. It's been 3 years now, 4 years now, and I'm still dealing with his same lies. I'm still dealing with his same addictions. I'm still dealing with her same manipulative self. I'm still dealing with these same little cliques. I'm still dealing with these people playing these same games. I'm still dealing with this same level of immaturity. I'm still dealing with these people. I say this often. We're on this merry-go-round full of loud music and beautiful horses, but all we're doing is going up and down and not getting anywhere. We have motion, but no movement. I hope I'm helping y'all tonight. hear me. And I'm about to drop the mic on something that I hope is going to help as we're talking about pain and we're talking about, well, how do we deal with this? How do we figure out how to put pain in its rightful place? Well, here's a mic drop. Y'all ready? And I need I want everybody to type this in. You can't heal what you don't feel. I'm dropping the mic. You can't heal what you don't feel. One more time. You can't heal what you don't feel. As long as you're numbing yourself and trying to numb yourself of the pain, as long as you're overcompensating in other areas, you're overworking, you're overeating, you're addicted to porn, as long as you're doing all of this other stuff, then you'll never know what needs to be worked on. You can't heal what you don't feel. I like that Sandra put it personally. I can't heal what I don't feel. Sometimes we got to make it personal. I can't heal what I don't feel. If I don't allow myself to feel the fact that she's hurting me, then I don't know how to get healing in that area. If I won't allow myself to feel the pain of that rejection, then I won't ever know how to heal in that area. If I don't ever allow myself to see that he is causing discomfort and pain to me, then I will never heal in that area. So I'm going to drop that mic one more time, and I want you to type it in the comments. I can't heal what I don't feel. Stop trying to normalize the dysfunction of pain. Stop trying to make it comfortable for you. Stop trying to dull it down so that you can live with it. Stop trying to accept the fact that, well, that people just gonna hurt me, so let me just lower my expectations. People just gonna mistreat me, so let me just expect that. Stop overcompensating by overworking so you won't come home and deal with the real issue. Stop being addicted to porn because you won't face the fact that you don't know how to deal with intimacy. Stop overeating because you won't deal with the fact that there's something on the inside of you causing you to reject yourself. I can't heal what I don't feel. And so we've got to get to the point where we look our pain in the face and recognize it for what it is. And so that I said that, and I saw somebody that did it earlier, but I want everybody to have the opportunity to do this tonight. One of the reasons why I like interaction in Mic Drop Monday is because when we don't say things out loud, it doesn't become real to us. We'll feel it in our emotions. We can see it we can think it in our minds, but we won't release it out our mouth. And that's what makes it real to us. But you can't heal what you don't feel. And so what we have to do is stop discontinuing the desensitivity. We're desensitizing ourselves to everything. I don't want to feel that. I don't want to feel hurt. I don't want to feel pain. I don't want to feel rejection. I don't want to feel betrayal. But you can't heal what you can't feel. And so you have to learn how to feel. And so tonight we're going to start saying ouch, so we can know what areas in our life need to be worked on. Oh yeah, we're going to say ouch. And so tonight, if you see an area in your life where you need to say ouch, then you say ouch. If there is an issue in your life and you're hurting, then you need to call that out. I'm going to call out some issues and I'm going to say ouch for you. And if that's one of your issues, you can simply type in ouch or I see me, because you can't heal what you won't feel. So here we go. Ouch. My head hurts because I'm so stressed out about things I have absolutely no control over. I know I'm dropping the mic tonight. Ouch. My head hurts because I'm stressing out about things that I have absolutely no control over. I'm stressing out about my grown kids. I'm stressing out about whether they're going to go back to jail or whether they're going to have enough money for rent or whether they're going to be just stressing out. Now, I didn't say don't be concerned about them, but I'm talking about stressing out to the fact that they're not able to walk in their own life lessons. They're not able to learn and grow from their mistakes because we putting our cape on, our savior cape, our Superman, Superwoman cape up, and we trying to drag them out of their dysfunctions. We're trying to pacify them just so that, and not teach them so they can get into the same issues. So ouch, My head hurts because I am worrying about things I have no control over. Well, they don't like me and they won't accept me. And I tried to change my clothes and I tried to do my hair different and I tried to hang out a little bit, but they still, ouch, my head hurts because I'm stressed out about people who don't even care about me. Ouch, I'm worried about failing and so I won't even try. I'm stressed out in my mind because I want to launch out into the deep. I want to walk into my purpose, but I'm worried about people and their emotions that I have no control over. Ouch, my head hurts. Come on now. Thank you guys that are telling the truth and saying, ouch, ouch, my head hurts. Number 2, I'm talking about, ouch, I'm tired of hurting. I just talked about we keep normalizing the dysfunction of pain when we were made to prosper and be in good health, even as our soul prospers. And my body is made to be healed. My mind is made to be healed. My life is supposed to be a life of wholeness. And so tonight we got to get help, hope, and healing. So ouch, my head hurts because I'm worried about things that I have no control over. Number 2, ouch. My heart hurts because it's been broken. My heart hurts because people have betrayed me. My heart hurts because I'm holding on to unforgiveness. My heart hurts because I won't let it go. Ouch. My heart hurts. Come on now. Say ouch if you hear yourself in this. Ouch. My heart hurts because I keep holding on to the fact that I was abandoned. Ouch. My heart hurts because that relationship didn't work out. This is how we get free tonight. Ouch. My heart hurts because I'm holding on to unforgiveness. Ouch. My heart hurts because I'm holding on to things that I shouldn't be. Ouch. My heart hurts because I'm holding somebody hostage that did something to me in the past and I'm waiting for them to give me an apology that I might not get. And so now my life is a life of pain because I'm holding on to something beyond my control. Ouch. My heart hurts. Here's another one. Ouch. We getting free tonight. So I want you to say ouch if I'm coming down your lane. Ouch. My hands hurt. Why? My hands hurt because I'm holding on to people that I should have let go out of my life. I'm dropping the mic tonight. Ouch. My hands hurt because I'm holding on to people that are trying to leave me. Listen, they know we've outgrown each other. They know we don't even see eye to eye. But I'm so busy trying to hold on to them because I don't know how to be alone. Because I don't know how to be happy by myself. Because I don't want to get out there and figure out what my real future looks like. So ouch, my hands hurt because I'm holding on to people that don't belong to me. I'm holding on to somebody that belongs to somebody else. I'm holding on to something that was never meant for me. I'm holding on to something I know that wasn't for me, but I'm holding on to it because it looked good and it seemed like a good idea at the time. Ouch. My hands hurt because I'm still holding on to grief. Ouch. My hands hurt. I know they left me. I know they're gone. I know I should be trying to live my life again, but ouch. Let me just hold on to things that's past my ability to control it. My sis, Dr. T, is in the house. Thank you. Ouch. My ears hurt because I keep letting people speak negativity into my life. Ouch, my ears hurt because when was the last time I sat under some good teaching? When was the last time I stopped listening to filth and start listening to something that was positive? Ouch, my ears hurt because the only thing I know how to do is talk about other people. Ouch, my ears hurt because all I'm doing is allowing people to bring trash to me about other folks. Ouch, my ears hurt because I'm allowing people to bury me with their own issues and I'm struggling with the ones I have. Ouch, my ears hurt because I'm around a whole bunch of pessimists that can't see the good in anybody. Ouch, my ears hurt because I'm surrounded by a bunch of people that don't want to go past their comfort zone, that don't want to walk into purpose, that are around me and they want to stay right where they are. And the only way that they want to hold on to me is to keep me on their same level. Ouch, my ears hurt. Ouch. My eyes hurt because I'm looking at the wrong thing. Ouch. My eyes hurt because I'm too busy trying to look over my shoulder at my past. Ouch. My eyes hurt because I won't get a glimpse of my future, so busy trying to see who I used to be. Ouch. My eyes hurt because I keep checking behind me to see if anybody's catching up with me because I don't want anybody to be greater than me. Ouch. My eyes hurt because I can't pay attention to what I got going on, trying to see what everybody else is doing. Ouch. My eyes hurt because I can't stay focused. I'm always procrastinating, getting distracted by any whim any wind that blows my way. Ouch. My eyes hurt because instead of sitting down and writing my book that I should have already released, I'm too busy watching reality TV. Ouch. My eyes hurt because I'm so busy looking at everything negative about me and I have a tainted reflection of who I am that I won't look at who God called me to be. Ouch. My eyes hurt because every time I get involved with somebody else, I'm looking for the pain of the past instead of looking for the hope of the future. Ouch. My eyes hurt because every time I look around, my expectation is that something is going to be painful. My expectation is something is going to hurt me. My expectation is that I'm not going to be happy. Ouch. My eyes hurt. Here's another one. Ouch. My feet hurt because I don't know how to sit down. I'm doing too much. Ouch. My feet hurt because I'm running around trying to be everything to everybody. Ouch. My feet hurt because I'm overweight, not because of my weight, but because I'm carrying the weight of everybody else connected to me. Ouch. My feet hurt because I'm not just taking up my own cross. I'm trying to bear the infirmities of every single body in my circle, their mama and their grandmama. Ouch. My feet hurt because I have on shoes that are too tight that I have outgrown. I don't understand that it might be time for an upgrade. Ouch. My feet hurt because I'm walking in the wrong direction and I won't mature my mentality and stop walking and learn how to get in a car and drive. Ouch. My feet hurt. And so a lot of times we can't grow because we don't know how to let go. We can't heal because we don't want to feel. We don't want to fix it because we don't want to face it. Ouch. I'm tired of hurting. I hope I'm helping y'all tonight. I hope I'm helping somebody tonight. Now you all know that as I leave, when I come to the conclusion of the matter, I like to bring the help, the hope, and then the healing. Thank you guys so much that are saying that you came on and that you shared. I hope this is good for you all. I hope that you've shared it. I hope you're tagging your friends. They can come back and watch the replay because this is how we get free. This is how we tell the truth on our lives and we do something different because we have to recognize that pain is not normal. We have to stop normalizing the dysfunction of pain. We have to stop trying to overcompensate other things in our lives so that we can ignore the pain in our lives. Thank you all so much. So, how do I let go of pain? Well, you have to figure out what can you embrace instead. A lot of times you have to understand that pain is temporary. It was not meant to abide with me. It was not meant to be my best friend. It was not meant to go all the way with me. It was not meant to be my car buddy. It was not meant to be my BFF. It was not meant to be my road dog. It was not meant to be my ace boon coon. Pain is not supposed to do that. I told you at the beginning that pain had a purpose. And if you just got on, make sure you go back and watch it all the way from the beginning. I gave you 3 reasons why we have pain. And a lot of times the reason why we're normalizing, thank you, Beverly, a lot of the reasons why we're normalizing our pain is because we don't understand its role. And so we have to understand that pain is not meant to be here with us every waking day, every time we go to sleep, every time we move. No, it comes in at certain points of our lives and it has a purpose. And so we've got to get rid of the way that we deal with pain. We've got to get rid of the ideas that we have about pain in our lives. And so understand, some of the reason we hold on to pain is because we won't get to the point of recognizing that what is and what was might be 2 different things. I'm just trying to help you. How do you push past the pain? You've got to recognize that what you're dealing with right now, what your life is right now, is not what it was. It might not even be what you had in your head. A lot of you all are dealing with pain because you're saying, my life isn't what I needed it to be. My life isn't what I imagined it to be. And I used to live a good life. I used to have everything. I used to have a man. I used to have a job. I used to have this. My life, this isn't what I wanted to do. I didn't want to get pregnant. I didn't want to drop out of school. I didn't want to lose my job. I didn't want to go through a divorce. And so what happens is we can't move forward in healing because we won't recognize that what is and what was are two different things. You got to learn how to let it go. Number 2, we're so invested in the outcome of our lives that we live in pain. We're thinking, this is how this has to turn out. This is how this has to be. It has to end like this. And now we're stuck in the pain of our reality. Oh, come on, somebody. We're stuck in the pain of reality. A lot of us aren't just, some of us are stuck in the pain of our past, but some of us are stuck in the pain of our reality because we're invested in how it should be. I need this to be like this. I need this to end up like this. Some of us are control freaks. That's why you're in pain, because you've already decided that this is how it needs to be. He's going to be like this or nothing. She's going to do this or nothing. Baby, you don't control the winds and the waves. Who in the world told you that that's the kind of power that you had invested to you? So we've got to understand that we can't be invested in the outcome. A lot of us are holding on to the pain of failure because we're trying to say, unless I know that this is going to work out, unless I know that the money is going to be there, unless I know that the people are going to support me, then I won't go forward. You're holding on to the pain of something that you don't know the conclusion of the matter. You better hear me tonight. Listen, and I dropped this mic before and I'm going to drop it again. Don't live in chains when you have the key. I'm dropping the mic tonight. We're talking about, ouch, I'm tired of hurting. Don't live in chains when you have the key. I said at the beginning of the show that a lot of times we think pain is holding us hostage. But the truth is we're holding pain hostage. Do you know why we're holding pain hostage? Because we think that by letting go of it, we're dishonoring the memory of what happened to us. Well, I don't want to let this go because that's going to mean that I wasn't raped. I wasn't hurt. I wasn't abandoned. I wasn't cheated on. I wasn't betrayed. I wasn't stabbed in the back. We think that if we let go, we're dishonoring the memory of what happened to us. We think that by letting go, that we're saying we're okay with the bad things that happen in our life. But no, listen to me. You've got to figure out a way to let go of the hurt. I told you guys, I think I said this all the time. Clear the space and clear yourself. Keep the memories, but clear your space. Hear me. Keep the memory, but clear your space up. Some of you guys do not have any room for love. Y'all don't have any room for new relationships. You don't have any room for hope. You don't have any room for purpose. You don't have any room for prosperity because you're too busy being bogged down with the pain of the memories that you've been with. Listen, you better learn how to disassociate yourself from that pain and just use those as a platform into purpose. Ooh, that was a mic drop. Use your pain as a platform into purpose. Somebody need to type that down because I won't remember it tomorrow. Use your pain as a platform into purpose. Hear me. Keep the memories, but free up that storage. Get rid of that bitterness. Get rid of that anger. Get rid of that neglect. Get rid of that unforgiveness, the pain of betrayal. You don't have to forget the fact that they betrayed you and you know better not to deal with them anymore. But walking around holding on to the pain puts you in bondage. Stop complaining about being bound when you hold the key. Set yourself free. I will not be bound in unforgiveness. I will not be bound in molestation. I will not be bound in unforgiveness. I will not be bound in the things that happened to me when I was a child. I will not be bound in the chains of people's words that were spoken over me. I will not be bound in fear. I will not be bound in failure. I will not be bound in the mistakes of my past. I will not be bound because my right now doesn't doesn't look like the future I had envisioned for me. I will not be bound. Use your pain as a platform into your purpose. Hear me. Keep the memories, but free up the storage. Some of you all aren't able to download the new you because you're too busy holding on to the memory of the old you. I know I'm dropping mics tonight. You can't even download the fact that you've matured, that you've grown, that you've woke up, that you've ascended to a different level because you're too busy looking back at what you used to be, who you used to be, what you used to do. But it's time, listen, free that storage up so you can download some new friends, so that you can download some new information, so you can download some new ideas about your purpose, so you can download a new direction that your life needs to be in. And last but not least, accept what you can change and change what you won't accept. Hear me. You want to let go of that pain. You want to use the pain to push you into your purpose. Listen to me. Accept what you can't change. I can't do anything about how that woman feel about me. I can't do anything about how that man sees me. I can't do anything about the way that group talks about me. I can't do anything about those people that want me to fail. I can't do anything about that baby I had out of wedlock. I can't do anything about that time I got locked up. I can't do anything about that time I was on drugs. I can't do anything about that time I wasn't a good parent. I can't do anything about a failed marriage. I can't do anything about that time I loved and then I loved and then I lost. I can't do anything about the fact that a person that I loved died. I can't do anything about something I had was lost. I can't do anything about those people that walked away from me. I can't do anything about that person that misappropriated my emotions, my body, my feelings, my mind. I can't do anything about that. And so let me accept the fact that it happened. But guess what? I can change what I will not accept. And I will not accept myself living in pain. I will not accept myself living in unforgiveness. I will not accept myself living in sorrow. I will not accept myself living in grief. I will not accept myself living in bitterness. I will not accept myself being desolate and depressed. I will not accept myself living a subpar life, living beneath my privilege, living like I'm not the head, but I'm supposed to be, and I'm living like the tail. I will not accept me acting like somebody I am not. You better understand, my past has passed. I say this all the time. My past has passed. It is gone. I can't do anything about who I was, but I can do something about who I am becoming. Y'all better hear me. I can't do anything about what happened to me, but I can do something about what's about to happen for me. You better hear me tonight. I told you when you come on Mic Drop Monday, I want you to leave with some help, some hope, and some healing. And so tonight, as we talked about, ouch, I am tired of hurting. If you came on late, I want you to go back to the beginning and hear me define what pain really is. I want you to go back to the beginning and hear me give you the 3 purposes for our pain. I want you to go back to the beginning and let me explain to you how pain works in our body medically and psychologically and even in our whole system. I want you to understand that there is a reason and why we respond to pain like we do. But most importantly, I want you to realize that pain, and I said this earlier, is not the main event. Pain does not have to take center stage. You are supposed to have a life, and a life that is abundantly. And so I want you all, as you walk away from this Mic Drop Monday, and I pray that you found help, hope, and healing, I want you to understand that pain is not normal, that you were made for healing. You were made to walk in wholeness. You were made to be past healed. You were made to be whole, that your life is supposed to experience health. Your soul is supposed to be in good health. Your body is supposed to be in good health. Your spirits are supposed to be in good health. Thank you, Brenda. And so I hope that you guys are getting something out of these Mic Drop Mondays. I hope that it's blessing you. I hope that you're finding help, hope, and healing. If you haven't already, make sure that you passed on this broadcast by sharing it with somebody that perhaps could come and find some empowerment from it. Join me every single Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time right here on Mic Drop Monday Facebook Live. Remember to follow me, send me a friend request, like my official page, Elisa LaShell. I'm on Instagram and Periscope and Twitter as well as Facebook. So make sure that you guys are following me. I have a new ebook. It's on Amazon called Wrong Road Recovery. And if any of my words help you, listen, Wrong Road Recovery is just like reading a Mic Drop Monday. So make sure you go and download that book. Thank you guys so much. And I will see you guys next time. Until we meet again. Listen, on Wednesdays at 12:15 noon in my group called the Power Aid, I have a midweek motivation that I call the plug-in. And so in the middle of the week, if you just need 30 minutes of inspiration and empowerment to help you get through the rest of your week, make sure that you join me on Wednesday from 12:15 to 12:45 for the plug-in. Thank you guys again. Remember that you can't fix what you won't face. I'm Elisa LaShell, the Empowerment Specialist.